Hello everyone and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. When you go down the list of careers, many of them require what's called continuing education, where you learn about new laws of industry standards or anything else that affects the way you do business. From accounting to law to medicine to teaching, practically every industry understands that the world changes, and with those changes come changes in how business must be conducted. Now let's shift over to the world of faith and religion and theology. I was sitting with a fellow a few days ago who's extremely accomplished in his field, financially successful, well-respected, considered a virtual expert by many of his peers, and he is. And this fellow has the creds to back up all that high praise. Then the topic shifted to religion, Catholicism in particular. All of a sudden, it was like talking to someone with the knowledge base of a third grader. All of a sudden, things came into focus. One of those sort of brief episodes referred to as a Damascus moment, when the lights suddenly go on and you get something obvious that you've just been overlooking before. Brilliant doctors and lawyers and bankers and corporate executives who could tell you practically anything about their respective careers can't whistle a simple tune when it comes to the faith, regardless of their PhDs or millions of dollars in the bank. See, we have a tendency to see someone as smart and successful as being smart about everything, but that's not true. They're only smart about what they do because they wake up each day and they're exposed to this business every day. They're constantly talking with other people in the industry and hanging out with them and taking note of the latest news and information and all the latest and greatest whatever. They're the tops when it comes to their own business, but when it comes to the faith, they haven't been or heard or been exposed to anything new probably since they were 14 years old in those confirmation classes. And if they're under 55, roughly, chances are whatever they learned was wrong or incomplete anyway. So how many professionals would you trust whose knowledge base hasn't advanced since they were a teenager? Yet this is how most people get the faith today, from a Catholic person who has no formal study whatsoever beyond junior high school and who forms practically every thought or insight they have based on nothing beyond their own opinion. But that's what it is. What's their opinion based on? Certainly not knowledge, because they don't have any really to speak of, and certainly not any mature knowledge if they do have it. What's in their heads is what they heard and, more importantly, processed as a teenager. So despite now being able to run a bank or manage law firms or whatever, they are nothing more than teenagers with regard to the knowledge of the faith. So let me ask you a question with no disrespect to teenagers. How many children do you know that you can go to for sound and solid counsel when it comes to the matter of your eternal destiny? Yet with practically no real working knowledge of the faith, loads of people spout off about religion in general and Catholicism specifically like they actually know what they're talking about. And more surprisingly, other people actually listen to them like they know what they're talking about. Having an opinion about the faith is a far cry from being able to actually answer a question based on accurate information and knowledge. No one would consult a doctor about how to fix leaky pipes in his basement. Likewise, no one would ask his accountant for advice about how to fix the carburetor in his '68 Mustang. But anyone who opens his loud mouth with an uninformed yet passionate opinion about the Catholic faith suddenly gets treated like some sort of expert. You know, the uncle who thought an annulment was stupid, or the mother-in-law who thinks the church is simply out of step about women priests or birth control. These types of people with their errant opinions, and that's what they all are, opinions, are deferred to without the slightest thought of asking them for their credentials. They are know-it-alls without knowing anything. It's time for faithful Catholics to start educating themselves so when the inevitable conversations begin over the upcoming holiday season, you can give an informed answer that shuts down your opinionated relative or friend and lets people know that there's more to the Catholic faith than just an opinion. There is, in fact, objective truth. And you'll also let them know that no one likes a know-it-all. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.